Hey, what's up guys? Sun is hot, so of course very important. I use it a lot. Of course my buff, usually my buff I put around my neck with some cold water just to keep cool. Otherwise I've got my hat as well. And in case you're wondering why I'm paddling backwards, it's because if I do turn around and paddle the way I'm supposed to go, the camera is going to be facing right into the sun. So I've had to turn around just to not overexpose. But anyway, have a look behind me. Up here I've got some beautiful towering cliffs, very rocky, lots of sandstone, lots of granite. Very desolate. This is the Namibian side, and off to this side is the South African side. But beautiful landscape. The rest of the group, they've all gone ahead. I've backed off completely, totally out of sight, but it means I've got the peace and quiet of the river, and it's usually now that I see all sorts of beautiful, interesting birds. Yesterday again some fish eagles, again some kingfishers, the malachite kingfisher, loads of cormorants, a couple of egrets went by, and also we saw what is called swallow-tailed bee-eater, also beautiful looking bird. There was a mating pair. But anyway, today quite the eventful day. I did film around the gorge just to show you guys what it looks like. Lots of mineral deposits there, so interesting spot to explore in terms of geology. So like I said, plenty rose quartz in the area, all sorts of mineral deposits, but it doesn't matter how remote the area, there will always be evidence of people, broken glass, and it's so sad. Just these few seconds walking around, I mean, check it out. I'm sure you can see that. Some real interesting deposits. I reckon if you had to spend a few days here and sort of walk a grid and really scrape and scratch, I reckon you might find something pretty interesting, if not of value. I was thinking the other day, imagine walking around here and you're picking up a massive raw diamond. I mean, how wicked would that be? I wouldn't be surprised if there are actually a few lying around. But anyway, loads of wildlife as well. Grasshoppers. Yesterday afternoon we had a huge swarm of locusts come through. Lots of what they call korenkrik, and geckos, lizards, scorpions, snakes, spiders, loads of wildlife in the area as well. Very cool. And of course over here we have a rather peculiar track. This is obviously the heel, those are the toes. This is obviously some sort of interesting mammal that's roaming the area. We can see the toe marks over there. On a more serious note though, here are some tracks, but they're pretty old, and it almost looks like a cat. I know that there are mountain leopard in the area, probably caracal, lynx, who knows, but this is a cat print of some sort. But let's see if we can find some more. So here's another track, quite clearly see that, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's baboon. There are plenty baboons in the area, and right next to it we've got some beautiful crystals as well. Look at that. Pretty wicked. It's a pretty desolate area, very rocky, also lots of mineral deposit and clearly evidence of water that's been flowing through here for centuries. I believe they do find a lot of what is called Karoo garnets in this area, as well as plenty rose quartz and tiger's eye, and I wouldn't be surprised if they even pan for gold closer to the water's edge. But this is what it looks like, the gorge side, and then of course somewhere there behind me, that's the river. This is also where the brown hyena are usually quite common. Last night I wanted to do a time-lapse of the night sky, but that didn't quite work out. The moon was high and there was just way too much light. It wouldn't have worked. I need a night where there's no moon.
And Houston Discovery.
Roger, roll, Discovery.
Houston Discovery, how do you read? Discovery, Roger, go ahead, throttle up. Houston Discovery, go ahead.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Discovery, Houston, we're still looking at it.
Discovery, Roger, go for deploy.
Anyway, this morning I also did a time-lapse of the guys lowering the boats into the gorge. I don't know what that was, but there was something really big splashing over there. Probably a monitor lizard or something. Anyway, filmed a time-lapse of the guys lowering the boats into the gorge. So it's after 9, it's already super hot. Just trying to take in some fluids. I'm already in my river gear, and the reason for that is because it's a little bit of a rock scramble down now, and I'm already carrying a tripod, water bottles, and I need a hand free.
Yay!
That search is in the middle of the system, I guess, and he's there to catch the boat as it comes down, ultimately guide it in the right direction, lift it over that little lip, as you can see, and send the boat on its way down. So this is now the bottom of the gorge. This is the section where the boats are being dragged over the rocks, slowed down into the water, tied up, and as you can see, it's quite rough and rugged, and with heavy boats the workload is insane. But that's Hobbs. Say hello, Hobbs. That's Hobbs. William is hidden behind the rocks there. There's William. And this is the process. What does that say? Battery low. Anyway, I hope it's still recording. Must be. Yeah, and this morning I was pretty prepared to do Big Bunny. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out that way, so I still haven't slayed the beast. Unfortunately, this time I had to walk with my gear, but let's see what happens on the next rotation. Hopefully I can do it then. Anyway, Dolly Parton, completely different this time because the water is so low. It's amazing when the river drops, you start to see the obstacles that you didn't see before, and you start to understand how the water moves and why it moves the way it does. And having that knowledge for when the water is high again, I suppose, would be quite helpful. But anyway, I think we've got one more rotation to go. There's another one, possibly beginning of May, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. I've certainly enjoyed my time here. I've enjoyed my experience. I've learnt a lot, and yeah, it's something I'd like to do again, but we'll see what happens. I don't know what's in store for me when I get home, but I do know I've got loads of editing to do, and I think now we have maybe 3 days until the next group, so at least I can put this video up. I can put up a few photos as well, and hopefully some of you guys have sent me some questions, because I'd love to answer those questions. But anyway, what else can I tell you? Lunch today, we had couscous, chicken, peppers, pineapple, mayo, what else? Cucumber, tomato, all mixed up, very nice. An apple, a plum, and some grapes. There you go, 2 more cormorants over there. Anyway, looking around me, let me give you a quick swing here. Look at this landscape behind me. How can that not be cool? And of course, this is leopard territory. There's a whole set of tracks all along the sandbank here. Probably baboons, I don't know. And then on this side, the South African side, check it out. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't know how well it's going to come through in the camera, but anyway. Okay, so just a short video, as promised, from the river. But I do think it's time to switch off the camera, turn around and start catching up to the group, because they're not waiting for me. They've just totally left me behind. There's a little European swallow flapping across the water there as well. Anyway, but just listen. Oh, it's amazing. Dead quiet, just birds. All I'm hearing is birds. The occasional fish that jumps. Well, breaches. Just so peaceful. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to cut it here. Battery's about to die. And, oh, I see I've even got cream on my glasses. Anyway, all right, take it easy. Catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.